You can start now. You are.
Yeah, just a minute, just a minute. Okay. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
Wonderful. So let me just check if my current, yeah. Okay, so basically the agenda which I was told was to give an overview and then, consider the audience about familiarizing them about Certified Ethical Hacker EC Council version 11. So myself, Siva, and let us get inside. So basically, the course, whichever we were looking at, the CEH11, is mostly, I would say, with all my experience, CEH tests you to the foundations first. Okay. So anybody who is getting started into the cyber security domain, I always refer them to start with CEH before getting into the practical related exams such as e-learn securities, EJPT, or something like OSCP or OSCP, or OSWP, or some certifications are also related to red teaming. So before all that, it would be best if we make sure that the boundaries, right, the boundary around cyber security is clearly laid out. So how will you be able to lay out such a plan basically? So it all depends upon how exactly you are going to learn the foundational basic concepts. At the same time, you are covering the wider perspective about the subject as well. For example, if you take penetration testing, it's not about only penetration testing. If you take web application pen testing, it's not only web application pen testing. There is mobile also, there is IoT also, there is Wi-Fi as well, there are servers, there are firewalls, there are other devices which help cyber security. So how exactly are we going to basically build on top of all this, right? So that starts from the foundation itself. So ethical hacking course from Certified Ethical Hacker from EC Council is a pretty good start for anybody who is starting, and also for the professionals who are already into the game. It would be a refresher for them to understand the other areas of expertise which they may or may not be able to be familiarized with. Okay, so that would be a bit of an introduction for CEH. And some of the skills which will be covered as a part of this course are Trojans, backdoors, and countermeasures. So what are these things, and how exactly you are going to recommend to the customer on remediating these kind of issues like backdoors or Trojans. And then you have like intrusion detection systems, firewalls, and honeypots. So in the course, we'll be discussing what are these devices, how they are different from other security devices such as security operations center, antivirus, defender firewalls, application firewalls, network firewalls, and what is the need for something like the intrusion detection system, that is IDS per se. And then we have advanced hacking concepts which we'll be discussing. Then we'll go to the network packet analysis, mobile and web technologies, advanced log management as well. So the CEH exam pattern would look something like this basically. So the CEH exam allows is carefully designed by subject matter experts to cover each fundamental facet of ethical hacking. Okay, that's what I was telling you guys. So it's about the foundation. It's not a advanced program per se. It's going to lay out the foundation so that you can jump onto the advanced skills later. It includes various ethical hacking concepts, vulnerability analysis, malware, sniffing concepts, social engineering techniques, web server attacks, wireless encryption, IoT concepts, cryptography, etc. The exam is divided into multiple domains based on these CEH exam topics. So the domains are as follows: information security and ethical hacking, and reconnaissance, system hacking, phases and attacks, network perimeter hacking, sniffing, web application hacking, wireless network hacking, mobile IoT and OT hacking, cloud computing and cryptography, and the weightage are like, as you can see, we'll get into much detail about this analysis later. So the first thing we have about this is, introduction to ethical hacking basically. So what do we cover in introduction to ethical hacking? So basically, we'll go over what exactly is information security. So it's not like you read website related security, mobile related security, network related security. So all that will be part of information security. So it will consist of information security overview. It will give you like what sort of threats or information security related attack vectors that are available. Then it will also give you like what sort of penetration testing concepts that are involved. For example, OWASP top 10, if you might have heard about it or not, those are top 10 vulnerabilities across the landscape that the organization OWASP will be coming up with every couple of years, so that the whole world will be alerted about the most critical and then in-depth vulnerabilities that are out there. And then we'll be looking at ethical hacking concepts. We are going to look at information security laws and standards as well. Then the second module is going to be about footprinting and reconnaissance. See, reconnaissance, footprinting, you might be able to relate to it. It's all about the information gathering, and it's all about whatever you are going to acquire the information about a target application, network, or a server, basically. So after gathering the information, you can progress your attack. For example, you want to go ahead and then attack a bank. So you cannot simply directly go and attack a bank, right? First, you gather the information. What is the
Mm-hmm.
address? How many
Yeah.
number of security professional are there? And then what are the employment strength? What is CCTV cameras are there? All these kind of things you are going to check before you attack, right? So in a penetration testing exercise also, you're going to have all these kind of things, measures and tactics, which you are going to cover basically, and then be able to find out which is relevant and which is actually not so relevant basically. Some of the information gathering techniques that we have in cybersecurity are network footprinting. That means understanding what exactly the network is all about, what kind of servers that the network is holding, what is the firewall that is there. Then it is also going to give you something like email footprinting, like the email related data, or who is the sender, who is, where the emails are coming from, whether that sender email domain is actually flagged malicious or malified, or is it something which is good. And then we are going to have something like competitive intelligence. So you have to gather, like, for example, Amazon and eBay, or both of them are competitors to each other. So you are going to gather, like, what is that sensitive factor that is being exposed to the public that might be harmful for each of the organizations, because they are trying to fight amongst each other. Okay.
Mm.
So these are the some of the things which will be part of the footprinting and reconnaissance basically. The next thing is scanning networks. So for example, you understood that a bank is completely not secure, because there is only one security guard for the whole branch. There is hardly any CCTV cameras. There is hardly any protection. There is hardly anybody who is going in, coming out. So you understood that everything is fine. So the next step would be for you to look at the bank, and then look at, like, for example, understand in which room is the strong room where they are going to keep money, jewelry, and everything. So that second step of validation is nothing but the scanning. So in the networks also, once you understand, okay, network is built up of all these things, a network has all these ports and protocols open, these are the services which are running on the networks. The next thing which you will be doing is nothing but the scanning activity. So the scanning activity will be done on top of that particular network, and it is going to reveal the sensitive information, whatever further it can give you, more than just what you found in the information gathering phase. So am I able to convey what I'm trying to convey to you guys?
Yeah. I'm following. That's so far so
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so that is about the scanning the networks. Then like enumeration again, we are going to dig a bit deeper into enumeration basically. So information gathering is one thing I told you in the footprinting, right? Enumeration is all about focusing on one thing and then digging deeper. For example, you wanted to scan a person's human physique, and then there is a problem for him in the kidneys, let us say. So you scan the whole body to understand if the kidneys impact is there on any other part of the body. But ultimately, the doctor is going to focus on the kidney because that's the main area of problem. So in enumeration also, you are going to identify what is that one key area of focus that you want to basically see, and you're going to follow up on that. Okay, so that is the enumeration and how you are going to get into it. So there is going to be enumeration based upon some of the techniques that we are going to discuss in the course, and also there is also going to be countermeasures of for enumeration. For example, you are running, let us say you guys are running an organization called as Facebook is your organization. So you don't want hackers to enumerate your Facebook, right? So what
Mm.
exactly you should be doing to protect your Facebook, that we'll discuss. Okay. And then we have something which is called as vulnerability analysis. So vulnerability analysis is simple. Okay. So for example, let us understand you are building a house for yourself, and you got an offer from one of the shop that if you purchase windows for your house from that shop, there is a discount of 95%. So you just went there, purchased the windows, paying the 5% of the price. You got it, and then you fixed it into your house. So that person, whoever sold you that particular window, has a partnership with the thieves around that particular place. So he'll go, that particular shop owner will go to that particular person, he'll particular thief, and then tell them, hey, this so and so person, John, or someone has purchased these windows, they fixed 6 months back. Now this is the address this is their address. Now let us go and rob their house. How are they so confident robbing your house? Because the windows that they have provided you with a lot of discount are not of any quality. They are of very
Mm.
degraded quality. It is easy to break into your house now. Okay.
Mm.
So that is called as vulnerability detection. So when will you detect a vulnerability? Tell me. So you need to deploy somebody. For example, there was a let us say the thieves came and they robbed your house, and then they rob your house and they go back. Okay, they go back from the house, and then you will realize that some things in your house are stolen. So you don't know where exactly they broke into because everything looks as it is. There is no
Mm.
hole. There is nothing which is different. You came back from your trip and there are things which are lost. Now you will call a person, a carpenter, or some person who is you civil engineer or someone to do the assessment of your house, where exactly things might have gone wrong. They do complete analysis and they identify that, hey, your windows are of very poor quality, and here is how they broke into your system
House.
or
Yeah.
your house. Yeah.
Mm.
So that is called as a vulnerability analysis, right? The same
Okay.
way we are going to do the same thing for the networks or applications. For example, there is a website, Facebook. So Facebook, like there is some activity, let us say so many people accounts are being taken over by hackers, so many people sessions are being taken over, so many people are posting obscene pictures on somebody else's profile by hacking them. So Facebook wonders how these guys are doing all these things, and then they go ahead and then they are going to do the vulnerability analysis onto where would have been the problem. Okay. Then we are going to get into what is called as system hacking. So system hacking is a concept where you are going to deal with privileges, and you're going to learn about a bit of penetration testing, how exactly you have to use techniques to hide some files, and also how exactly you are going to escalate the privileges. What is the escalation of privileges? Escalation of privileges is nothing but, for example, you are a normal user of that company, so you can come, log in, work your shift, and then you can leave. You don't have access to your colleagues system. You don't have access to your admin system, manager system. No. Privilege escalation is a concept where from being a normal user, you gain the ultimate access of accessing some other profile. That is called as privilege escalation. Clear? Those things we'll be discussing in the system hacking. How you can escalate your privileges, how to prevent privilege escalation from taking place, and all these things. Okay. Then we have something which is called as a malware threats. Okay. So malware threats are nothing but, see, malware means what? Software malware. Can you relate the word? Software means it is something which is good. Malware means it is something which is not so good and it is created to destroy something. Software solves a piece of a problem, but malware is actually going to create a problem, right? One solves a problem, one creates a problem. So there are different types of malwares like virus, worm, you have Trojan. So we are going to discuss about all these concepts. Then we have something which is called as sniffing, right? So sniffing is all about basically how exactly you are going to look at the data which is being transported. How are you going to sniff the traffic? How are you going to listen to somebody who is sending the traffic? How are you going to gather or capture some of the traffic that you are not allowed to do so? Okay, so that is all about sniffing of the particular traffic. And the next is social engineering, my favorite topic. So social engineering is all about gathering as much as information that you can from the social sites like Facebook. You have your job portal sites. These days, hackers are using job portal sites because you are hosting all your personal identifiable information such as your full name, your phone number, your address, where you graduated from, where you worked before, all these kind of things, because it is easier to later target your accounts, social accounts, and then hack them. So social engineering about a topic where you are going to basically learn a lot about understanding different techniques in gathering the social engineering concepts. Then we have something which is called as denial of service. So it is a kind of an attack, and where you are going to take down the target system by sending so many frequent and abundant number of requests to the target. And denial of service is also going to be helpful in understanding. There is one more attack which is called as distributed denial of service, which we are going to see in detail in our classes. And we are going to see some of the case studies which are there for the denial of service, and we are going to look at some of the prevention measures as well. Then the next one is session hijacking. See, everything is within session, right? For example, you are logging into your bank account, and then you are sending, like, let us say, some $1,000 to your friend across the continent. And in the meantime, there is a hacker who is he is listening to your session. He steals your session cookie, and then he steals your session cookie, session ID, and he uses that session ID in order to hijack the session and transfer that $1,000 to the hacker's account itself. So we'll be discussing in detail what is this session hijacking, what is session ID, what is cookie values, what is session ID in the cookie, all these kind of things we are going to discuss. I'm going to show you a live demo of how the session hijacking happens on one of the test applications. Then we have something which is called as evading IDS, firewalls, and honeypots. Okay, so IDS, firewalls, and honeypots are nothing but, for example, IDS means intrusion detection system. So you want your application attacks to basically not get detected in the intrusion detection system. So those are the systems which are deployed for the defensive purposes. Firewalls, defensive purposes. Honeypots is a trap. Okay, so in like old movies you might have seen in forest and all, there will be animal traps, right? So that these tigers or any other hazardous animals, they'll just come and fall trap so that people can live peacefully. So these kind of honeypots are also put in some of the software, so that when they crack a bit of a code, or when they crack a bit of perimeter, by the hackers. They are simply going to come inside and then they are going to fall into the honeypot and wasting time on finding more sensitive information that they think is sensitive. Meanwhile, the actual application owner can keep a track of who is coming in and falling into the honeypot and basically catch them up, right? So that's about the honeypots. Then we have something which is called as hacking web servers, right? Hacking web servers is something where we are going to have patch management. For example, one of the key things that you should remember, every time Windows releases something which is saying like update your Windows, update your Mac OS, update to this version, but those are not actual OS updates. Okay, those are not the operating system updates. They are called as patches, operating system patches. So for example, in this current version of our Windows operating system, there is some security vulnerability. So that security vulnerability, when it is identified, you are going to basically report that to the Microsoft, who is the owner of the operating system. Then Microsoft will work with his developers and release a patch so that that security version is actually ultimately going to be resolved basically. Okay, so that is the hacking web servers basically, and those are like patches which you need to update. We are going to discuss about these kind of things. Then we have hacking web applications, my favorite topic. All the kind of attacks that the websites are going to have. How are you going to attack the web applications? What are the techniques? What are the tools which you are going to use? And what are the remediations which you will be able to remediate in order to keep the web application for safely? Okay, that is hacking web applications. SQL injection is one of the attacks under hacking web application, but it is given in a separate module because it is one of those critical vulnerabilities and attacks that are present as far as the web application attacks are concerned. Okay, so that's for the SQL injection, which is a database level attack, which we are going to use tools such as SQL map and burp suite in order to test this attack. Hacking wireless networks, definitely Wi-Fi attacks are something which are very predominantly available across the landscape, and you're going to learn a lot of Wi-Fi hacking. Hacking mobile platforms, definitely you are going to understand how the mobile architecture is all about, how the mobile hacking is going to take place, what kind of different techniques and methods we are going to use basically in hacking the mobile space, and what are the tools which we are going to use. We are going to discuss all that. Then we have something which is called as IoT hacking. IoT hacking is something wherein which you are going to learn about some different methodology, hacking methodology for IoT hacking, and how exactly you are going to do some penetration testing on IoT devices, and some of the countermeasures. How are you going to basically remediate the vulnerabilities in the same. Then we have something which is called as cloud computing, which is one of my favorite and one of my current working topics. I'm working on my cloud certifications right now. At any point of time, cloud computing is gonna be your future. Okay, so whatever the foundational knowledge we are going to impart right now, please remember that if you are eager towards learning more of cloud computing in future, so when you become a cloud computing security expert, I'm going to like give you the details in course how exactly you can become. So what happens is that you are, see, for example, let us say 2026 or 2028 down the line, cyber security is going to be the most sought after technology in the whole world. That is for sure. In that, there is a niche which is called as DevSecOps or cloud security. So if you are like interested into the cloud computing part, if you understand and start working on it this year or next year itself, then by 2026 or 2027, by the time it's going to be the industry is going to look for professionals who are experienced in that area, you will be leader. You are not a mere person who is just looking for job in the domain. You will be a leader in that domain. Okay, we will be discussing a great amount of things about how cybersecurity is going to evolve and in which direction you should also invest your energy and focus as well. That will cover. And the final topic, the module number 20, is actually cryptography. So cryptography is actually something wherein which you are going to learn a lot of algorithms, like overview of algorithms. You are not going to learn encryption decryption algorithms in depth, like the mathematical formulas and all. You are not going to learn. You are going to learn about the encryption decryption hashing, some of the cryptographic tools, and cryptanalysis related stuff. And it is also going to help you with the countermeasure. We are going to help you understand a bit about countermeasures as well. Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that's about all the modules whichever are present in CEH basically. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you guys have any questions for me?
So if we decide to take this course, how long is it gonna take for us to finish?
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take like 30 to 40 hours of your time to try and complete this thing, but I'm not going to shy away spending more time to make sure that you guys get it.
And that is once a week or twice a week, or when can we?
We can arrange that according to, it can be a mutual agreement between both of our times, because
Okay.
like you are in UK, I'm in India, so this time actually pretty much works best for me, like 11 to 12 p.m.
Okay.
IST. Or if you are preferring a weekend, I would be very very happy to give you weekend afternoons IST, which is your mornings on weekends.
Okay.
Okay. Morning at what time exactly?
Okay. Okay, so let me just check. Which location are you guys in right now? Which is the
UK.
time zone? Time zone.
UK. We're in UK.
No,
Like
the time zone.
London. London
Greenwich.
time.
Greenwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GMT.
GMT. Okay, GMT
Yeah.
to IST. Okay. Okay, let me just check this. Okay, GMT, let us say 8 a.m., 7 a.m. 7 a.m. is my 12:30. So let us say 8 a.m. works for you, Saturday,
Oh,
Sunday.
that's too early.
That's
Okay.
too early after having like a busy week. You understand?
long
Yeah.
week. Then we tend
Okay,
to.
no problem, no problem. So let us do it at 10 a.m. then.
Yeah, 10 a.m. That's fine. And when you say 30 hours, is it like that's the maximum that that course is going to it's going to cover?
Yeah,
Like is
it's
it
a
what
reasonable
is it?
time. No, it's a
Yeah.
reasonable. See, there is no fixed time actually.
Okay.
See, it depends on like the speed that the course goes. For example,
Yeah.
if you guys might take some time to grasp it in the beginning, and we might have to spend one extra week in the beginning, so the overall time is going to increase. Or if you guys are
Yeah.
grasping it really quickly, we might wrap it up by 30 hours. So it all depends on how we are going to,
Yeah.
you are going to get it actually.
Is it like 1 hour per session?
No, if it is only Saturday, Sunday, it is going to be 2 hour sessions,
2 hours. Okay.
or 3 hour sessions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And another question is, when we finish this course, is it like, are we going to be able to like pass the exams as the CH exams?
Yeah. So the complete course, we are going to basically focus on only the content that is given from CEH. I'm going to discuss the practice questions as well. I'm going to
Yeah.
discuss how you are going to approach those questions after,
Yeah.
once we are through some of the
Once we are
major
finished.
content. Yeah, not finished.
Yeah.
Like once we are halfway through it. Once we are
Okay.
halfway through it, we'll start looking at the questions from then onwards.
Okay.
Every class we'll be
Okay.
looking at questions, so that
Okay.
you will be slowly getting used to looking at questions, looking at content, relating to the
Okay.
content, right? These kind of exercises we'll be doing. So
Yeah.
ultimately, again, it's not a difficult certification. It's not so difficult. We are going to practice. We are going to work hard towards it. So not to worry on that
Yeah.
front.
Okay. Yeah. Because the purpose is not only just to pass the exams.
It's to
Yeah.
The
understand the
purpose is that
concept.
to grasp whatever you've just explained. You understand, to really grasp it.
Yeah.
That once you
Yeah.
get to a to a particular job, you're kind of very very comfortable doing it because you've gone through the training. You understand. So that's the purpose.
Yeah.
That we want to add as well to add the to add the certification as well.
But
Got
once
it,
you
got it.
finish this course, can someone who let's say we finish the course can go and find a job as a CHE, how you say
CEH,
pen test or whatever. Is it
Yeah,
pen test
Yeah,
or CH?
I'm going to help you guys with that also, right? I'm going to talk to
Okay.
these guys as well. So I'm going to help you guys with the kind of things that you need to do in terms of resume, the interview
Okay.
preparation, all these things. I'll talk to our vendor guys and then see how we can help you as well beyond this course. Okay, not to worry
Okay.
on that front. See, I have been
Okay.
training for so long. I have trained so many people. I understand the market. I understand the demand. I know how to, make a suitable product for that demand. So like I always tell my students, it's always all about how enthusiastic you are and what kind of mindset you are creating, right?
Yeah.
So that mindset is very important. It's not only about cyber security.
Yeah.
Whatever you are trying to achieve, if you have the right mindset, you are least bothered about the external factors. But when your mindset is not aligned with your goal properly, what happens is you will try to rely and then that's not going to work out. Okay, so you are just trying to look into my world so that you can take whatever you can and then pass this certification, correct? That's it. So you have to become the key player in driving the whole engine, right? The vehicle. You are the person. So I will be doing my best in giving you all the driving skills that you need. And ultimately, you are the one who is driving it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Got
not
it,
to
yeah.
worry. That's for the clarity sake. And I would think, see, 3:30 p.m. works for you on Saturday, Sunday.
Sunday, not really Sundays. Probably Saturdays. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, American?
I'm still thinking about it. So, but we can start one.
Not
Can you hear
like
me? Can you hear
not
me?
like the. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
hear
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, what I'm saying, we can start maybe with next Saturday if everything is fine, and then from then we decide when will be the next lesson.
Okay, so 3:30 next Saturday is fine for you guys then? 3:30 p.m. GMT.
Yeah. There is another aspect as well. Like the course is very like is fine with what you've explained. So what's the what's the cost of the course? Are we going to discuss with you or are we going to discuss with Amit?
No, with Amit only.
With Amit.
Discuss.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So whatever we discuss with Amit, Amit will probably get back to you. But
Yeah, so the timings also, you guys give him like 2 to 3 time slots. Okay, 2 to 3 time slots. I'll give him 2 to 3 time slots from my side also, and we'll try to break even. Okay.
Yeah. To be honest with you, probably myself, I'm kind of satisfied with what we've seen. So we will discuss with Amit, and then he probably get back to you then.
Yeah, that works for me, American
and weekends.
Yeah, weekends would be great for me also. So we can spend some good amount of time on weekends.
Exactly,
and as we go along, if I feel I need to take more sessions to make you like understand better, we might have 1 or 2 1-hour sessions on weekdays. Okay, at a convenient time. At a convenient time. See, so it is the ultimate output. A goal is to help you guys, right? So let us do whatever it takes. That's it.
Yeah. That's good. Okay. Yeah. All right, Siva, no problem. I don't know if American, if you have another question.
No, yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm not, well, we need to be clear about the time because sometimes Saturday we have other things to do, but as I'm talking now, I don't have nothing planned for next Saturday, so that should be fine.
Okay.
And as you say, maybe sometime we may have it during the week. In the afternoon.
Yeah. So better when you're talking to Amit, right? You can let him know that if we can get on a Telegram group or something like that, where we constantly fix our timings week to week basis. That would be great, no? See, I might have plans, you might have plans, everybody has plans, right?
Yeah.
So week to week basis, we can have the sessions accordingly also. That also works.
Thanks very much, man.
Yeah,
No
yeah. Just give
problem.
that idea to him also from your side itself, and then we can work that out as well.
Yeah. That's fine, Siva.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Thank you so much, Siva,
Thank
for
you
your
very
time.
much.
That was
No
very, very,
worries.
very, very
No worries.
interesting. Yeah.
It's-
Looking forward. Looking forward.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely, I'll do my best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No problem. All right. Thank you so much, man.
Cheers, man.
All right.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Take
Bye.
care, Amikan. Mandu.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.